Hi everybody, today I will be showing you how to master the perfect steak and make some beautiful air-fried potatoes. And I will also be showing you how to make my favorite dessert, a chocolate mousse, but we'll get into that later. Today we have two beautiful ribeyes, one for me and one for my brother behind the camera. We'll also have some potatoes that we'll be making with some duck fat and some butter. Before we cook the main course, we have to make the dessert so it sets in the fridge. We'll be needing some whipping cream. We'll also be needing some chocolate, 8 eggs. We'll also be needing some vanilla. And finally, we'll be needing some sugar. Let's get cooking. The portion size I'm gonna be making is for 6 people. We'll chop the chocolate in fine pieces and then we're gonna melt it over in a pot. Start by cutting in half. The chocolate is gonna be melting so it doesn't have to be fine. This is okay. This is the size we're looking for. And we'll just put it in this pot. Since this is my first long form video, how about you get to know me a little better? My name is Vilas. I grew up in Denmark and still live here. I'm 13 years old, almost 14, and my passion for cooking started about a year ago. It started by watching my mom cook in the kitchen, and then it started with Nick Dijon and cooking with Kian. My favorite dish is a dish called stegt flæsk with persillesauce and kartofler, and it's the Danish national meal. And I'll be making it for my birthday dinner in March. And right now I'm learning to master the perfect steak, which I'll be showing you in the video, and also mastering how to make the perfect smash burger. I love smash burgers. Now we'll go over and melt the chocolate. We're gonna fill it here with water, cold water. Here's good. Then we'll take it over here and we're gonna make a little boil. And when the chocolate begins to melt, I'm gonna take the spatula and turn it a little bit. Maybe I put too much chocolate in. I'm just gonna take a little bit out so I actually can turn it when it begins to melt. When you can see it begin to melt a little bit, you'll just turn it all around. While the chocolate is melting, we're gonna get going with our vanilla. To cut the vanilla, you're gonna lay it flat and slowly open it. Fresh vanilla sticks a lot, so for it to not be sticking on the cutting board, we're gonna take some sugar and we're gonna be laying it out where the vanilla comes. Then we're just gonna open it slowly. Then when you have done it, you take it here and you scrape all the vanilla out. And we'll do that multiple times. But we don't want to scrape too much because that inside is bitter and we don't want our chocolate to taste bitter. Just gonna mix it. And now I'll do the same thing with the other. Scrape it all out like that. We're gonna mix so it doesn't stick again. Perfect. Let's have a look at the chocolate. And now the chocolate's almost melted. Now we're gonna slowly mix so the melted chocolate can melt the chocolate that's not melted. When the chocolate is nearly fully melted, we're gonna turn it off and we're gonna go over and separate the eggs. This is for yolks and this is for whites. Yolk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and our last egg. Egg 8. Good. Good. Now we're gonna mix the yolks with the sugar. And we're also gonna mix it with the vanilla. We're gonna mix. And when it looks like this, add a third of your chocolate, melted chocolate. Fuck, det dufter godt på duft.
Yeah.
And now it has a really thick consistency, and that's what we're looking for. Add the rest of your chocolate in. Remember to scrape the sides, just like that. And then we mix again. When the consistency is like a cake batter, we move on to the whipping cream. Half a liter of heavy cream. We're gonna stir it so it's just getting creamy. This is the perfect consistency. We're gonna put this chocolate mix over in that bowl. Now we're gonna put a third of the cream in. Now we're gonna slowly mix so the chocolate mixes with the cream. Now the chocolate and the cream has mixed together, we're gonna take the rest of the cream and put in. And now we mix slowly again to let air come in the batter. Now we're gonna pour this batter up in these 2 containers. We only need 2 for this video, and we're gonna save the other batter for later. To suit the steak in the best way possible, we're gonna be making a pepper sauce, and this is the ingredients. We have some cow stock, and we're gonna add some boiling water to it. Now we take some of the peppers and put it out on our cutting board. Now we're gonna gently smash. Gently. We're gonna chop. And now we're gonna chop a small shallot. When we have peeled the shallot, do small. Chop like this. And now we're gonna finally chop on this side. Have you done? The pan is on a medium heat and we're gonna put in our butter. Now we're gonna put in the shallots. Now we're gonna add some cognac because we're making a flambe. Now we're gonna add Dijon mustard and the pepper. Mixy. And finally the stock. Now we're gonna boil this for 5 minutes to let the alcohol reduce. And now we're gonna take the heat a little down and add some heavy cream. Then it needs to boil again for 5 minutes. And this is very important. When the heavy cream is in, you really want to stir throughout the 5 minutes, so it doesn't get burned at the bottom. Now we're gonna put the sauce away and then we'll move on to the fun part. Now we wash the potatoes. Now we take a pot and put it on low heat. Now we add butter and some duck fat. It gives a really nice flavor. Now I'm gonna add our potatoes to our pot. Now the butter flavor has seized in the potatoes and we're gonna put it in the air fryer for 10 minutes on 240 degrees Celsius. Now we're gonna season the steaks. Flip, just like that. And we got our herbs ready. It's rosemary and garlic. I'm not using thyme today. High heat in the pan and in with some avocado oil. Let's check to the potatoes. Looking good. Now we're gonna mix a final time. When your pan is smoking lightly, it's time to put in your steaks. Immediately on with steak press. And if you don't know what a steak press is, it's a thing that presses down your steak so you get a perfect sear or crust. I don't believe in the theory you only have to flip once. I always flip more than once. But now we're gonna flip. We have a pretty nice sear. When butter basting, you need to turn the temperature down to medium because we don't want the butter to burn. Big chunk of butter, a little more. Like that. And with our herbs, Now we grab a spoon, put the herbs on to here. And now we're gonna butter baste. Let's check the temperature. Now it's 55 internal temperature. Now we're gonna take the steaks off. We're gonna take all those juices and rest on the steak. Beautiful. And now we're gonna let them rest for 10 minutes. Now it has rested for 10 minutes, so let's cut it open. What I do is I usually feel where the good part is. I love this part. I usually think it's to snack on, so I cut it off to have a more even plating. But this is to snack on. Really tender. So now let's cut it open. Now let's plate. And some of our beautiful pan sauce. Now with some potatoes. And we're gonna hit it one final time with some of our pepper sauce. Let's eat. Next plate. Let's taste that too. Do you want to try? One final touch of pepper sauce. Like that. Let's eat. This is my brother. His name is Alfred. Let's try it. And with the sauce. Cheers. Fuck, det smager godt.
Yeah, it's fucking good.
It's amazing.
I think you did a very good job. Maybe the steak got a little too much, but I really like the potatoes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Don't you like the steak?
Yes, it's amazing. Let's try the dessert.
I plated the dessert with a raspberry and some flaky salt. Let's try it.
That is fucking good. It's very good.
That was all for today's video. See you in the next one.